My partner cheated with my brother, so I made them fight over an empty bank account. When I say life has a twisted sense of humor, I mean it. I never imagined that the two men I trusted most would betray me in the cruelest way possible. But what they didn't know was that I wasn't about to play the victim. If they thought they could break me, they were about to learn just how dangerous a broken heart can be. It all started 3 years ago in Austin, Texas. My name's Daniel. I am 28 years old. A software engineer who thought he had everything figured out. I had a boyfriend, Marcus, who was everything I wanted, or so I thought. He was 30, charismatic, and had that kind of confidence that made everyone in the room notice him. From the moment we met at a mutual friend's birthday party, it felt like sparks and destiny rolled into one. We moved in together within 6 months. We traveled, we laughed, we planned a future. I even introduced him to my family, which is something I rarely do. He met my younger brother, Chris, 24, the free spirit, the charmer of the family. They seemed to get along, and honestly, that made me happy. I thought, this is what life is supposed to feel like. But perfect doesn't last forever, does it? It started small. Marcus became distant. He'd stay out late, always had some excuse about work or grabbing drinks with friends. His phone became a secret treasure chest he guarded with his life. And every time I asked, he'd laugh it off, telling me I was overthinking. You worry too much, babe. I love you, he'd say, pulling me in for a kiss. And like a fool, I believed him. Until I saw the messages. One night, Marcus fell asleep with his phone on the couch. It lit up, and curiosity got the better of me. What I saw made my stomach drop. Flirty texts, late night plans, but what broke me wasn't that he was cheating. It was who he was cheating with. My brother, my own blood. The guy who grew up sharing cereal with me on Saturday mornings. The guy who promised he'd always have my back. I felt sick, betrayed, humiliated, and then something inside me shifted. I could have screamed. I could have confronted them. But no, that would be too easy. I wanted them to feel what I felt. I wanted them to destroy each other. So I played the game. I pretended like nothing was wrong. I even suggested we open a shared savings account for a trip to Europe, something Marcus had been begging me to do. And of course, I invited Chris to join in. I pitched it as a fun, family vacation we could all enjoy. They loved the idea. They thought they were pulling one over on me while they were secretly planning their little affair. Meanwhile, I watched them funnel every spare dollar they had into that account for months. Thousands. Money they believed was for their bright future together. And then I emptied it. Every single cent. The day they found out was better than any movie. Marcus stormed into the apartment first, face red, veins popping. Chris showed up minutes later, looking like a kicked puppy. They started blaming each other, screaming, cursing, accusing. I just stood there, leaning against the doorway, sipping my coffee like it was a Saturday morning cartoon. "What's wrong, guys?" I asked, smiling. That's when Marcus snapped the account. "Where's the money?" Tilted my head and said, "Oh, you mean the account you both worked so hard for? The one for your little getaway?" Yeah. Turns out it was empty all along. Just like your loyalty. They lost it. Marcus shoved Chris. Chris shoved back. They were too busy tearing each other apart to notice me walking out the door, suitcase in hand. I didn't just leave with their money. I left with my dignity, my peace, and a lesson carved deep into my soul. Today, I live in Chicago. I started my own tech business, bought a loft, and most importantly, found someone who actually knows what love means. But I'll never forget that day. Because the truth is, betrayal doesn't break you, it builds you if you let it. So, if you've ever been cheated on, lied to, or made to feel small, remember this: you don't have to get even. You just have to get ahead. And trust me, there's no better revenge than success. Subscribe to SilkMirror for more stories where betrayal meets poetic justice.